Welcome back, everybody, for another episode of Where Is This Going? You know me, I'm Hunter Miles, and you can follow me on Instagram at _Hunter Miles and on Twitter. That's where you find me. Uh, we have a great episode here for you guys tonight, or today, on this fine Tuesday. Um, we have Biiko in the studio here as a guest. You can follow him on Spotify there's no ads on Spotify, but Biiko, Biiko. Biko is also as well as a musical performer, um, not just performer, creator, content, any joy. He is also a member of the Tiny Breakfast Improv Troupe, which will be performing tonight, March 29th, Tuesday, at the Tip Top Tip Top Deluxe Bar and Grill at 7:30 p.m. That is right before the Tip Top regular Tuesdays Tip Top comedy show hosted by Alex Pakowski at 9 p.m. But get there a little bit early for 7:30. Uh, Tiny Breakfast will be doing sometime sometime a show that you should catch it. Um, but yeah, enjoy the episode. Biko and I get into a lot. We talk about religion. We talk mainly about everything you shouldn't talk about on a first date. But I still think it was a decent first date for us. So I hope you enjoy it as well. Um, yeah, once again, follow Biko on Spotify, Biiko, and not just Spotify, any musical streaming platform you desire. And also catch him tonight, March 29th at Tip Top Deluxe Bar and Grill, 7:30, Tiny Breakfast Improv Group. All right. Enjoy the show and this episode. You know what? Let's just say I was talking about both. You've seen the prep.
I have.
You like it?
The vibes are here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's all we haven't. It's you've been here for damn near an hour,
Damn near an hour.
and we have not even started recording the podcast yet. I personally love it. Um, I'm sorry.
I'm having a good time.
I
You don't have to
know, but we
apologize.
started this.
You gave me a Red Bull.
In my head, I was like, he's got a place to go. But then we talk. It's not much of a place.
It's not much of a place. I got to pick my mom's car up at the airport, but that's
All right.
not-
Is your mom at the airport?
She left and has her car in short-term parking, and she doesn't want to keep paying for it.
Good move. Wait, then why didn't she just have you drop her off in the first
It was
place?
5 a.m.
And you're that lazy?
I don't.
You were up.
I got up at 11, which was early for me today.
I know, but you were probably close to up.
I went to bed at 4:30.
Okay. Exactly.
So.
You
Well, yeah,
could
after drinking, I'm
couldn't
not gonna be like,
stay-
"Hey, mom, let me
you
take
couldn't
you to the
stay up
airport."
an extra half hour to bring your mom.
Not after
Your trip?
imbibing in alcohol because I'm responsible.
Not after imbibing.
Imbibing in alcohol. We were at a bar, Hunter.
What are you saying? Imbibing?
Imbibing.
Imbibing. I haven't
Imbibing.
heard the word.
Oh, it means to consume.
Well, you know.
Well, so
it's
we're
way
learning
more,
things today.
You know, it's way more common. Of a
Consume.
phrase. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I drop 10-cent words like it's my job.
Okay, I didn't know they were 10-cent words.
Mhm.
I thought they were. What am I? I think my elementary teacher used to call them $5 words.
Oh, I mean, it's only like 6 letters. I don't think it's that.
But I think the value. You know what? Let's go ahead and hit the intro. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Where Is This Going? I'm your host, Hunter Miles, and this is Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. And in the studio, we have today also, we'll get to it later. In the studio, we have today the very funny, the very talented, musically talented as well,
Stop it.
Biko.
Thank
Give it up for
you.
Biko, everybody. We got some applause here. Thank you.
What an intro.
Of course. My pleasure. Biiko, you can be found on Spotify.
Yes.
Correct.
It's Biiko.
Right. Should be spelled there on the screen. Why just Spotify?
I tried SoundCloud for a while, but like I just wasn't getting any traction, and Spotify is the main service that I use. I should mention it's also on Apple Music, it's on TikTok, it's on Deezer, but like Spotify, as far as I know, it's on all the streaming platforms.
Right.
There you go.
And that's Biiko. Dope. Find it on Spotify.
Yeah.
All of the streaming plats. But do you not like your Instagram and whatnot public?
It's Biiko Beaks, spelled the same way as the Spotify name. It's just I never use it, so I don't want to like redirect people to a page that's essentially dead. Like I'll communicate with people on it, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Cool beans. Are we talking about $5 words again, or I'll just talk about where I met you. Also, not on camera today. We have in the studio Quincy and Jenna, both just hanging. Quincy's helping us camera switch and whatnot, although I think I've been doing most of the switching so far. Yeah.
We're all out here working hard.
Exactly. Everyone's just trying. But hey, if anyone ever wants to join the Where's This Going podcast crew, we're always hiring for very cheap.
I was to say, what's it pay?
Very cheap. Maybe some weed. Although you don't partake. Yeah, I can give you some Red Bull.
Oh shit, I'm interested.
You can ask anyone who's worked for me. They do get paid reasonably in Red Bull.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for all you viewers out there, if you value your caffeine and imbibing,
yes,
Hunter's the one to go to.
Imbibing caffeine.
There we are.
That's a stupid word. Biiko. Biiko?
Yes.
Biiko.
Mm.
I first met you through not improv, but improv type stuff over at Mulligan's on Wednesdays when we were doing the debates. Rest in peace. If you've been looking for the loose Wednesday late night comedy hangs at Mulligan's, they shut it down. But
unfortunate. And I found out this week after I invited everyone in my improv group to that event.
Yeah, that one's on you because it's been done for a bit.
I haven't been free on Wednesdays generally.
At least a month. At least a month.
Well, I was excited and then disappointed, so it was a whole roller coaster of emotions.
Well, I'm glad you could be at least disappointed because that means you liked it at one point.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Like, yeah, I'd recommend it to anyone. To anyone who doesn't know what Hunter's talking about, they would do a debate style format where they would get a suggestion from the audience about what they should be pro or con about, and then two comics would get on stage and debate it.
Right.
And
it was usually about topics that none of us cared about, which made it more fun, or usually something that we completely disagreed with, but we had to fight for that. Your usual high school debate exercise.
Yeah. For example, one of them was bees versus spiders. I was very much on the side of bees, as I think any sane person would be.
Right. I had a topic of that wasn't with me. We didn't.
No, I think it was Dante.
I had a topic of only very old people should be able to have babies, or only very young people should be able to have babies.
Can very old people have babies?
No, but this was a world and you live in.
Gotcha.
In which
changing the rules.
Only 12-year-olds can have kids, or only 80-year-olds can have kids.
I feel like you're gonna come across a lot of pedophiles.
That wasn't talked about enough. I don't think it wasn't talked about enough.
Thing that came to mind. It's like, wait a minute.
Well, I wasn't gonna bring it up because I was for the 12-year-olds.
Hey,
so
hey.
I'm not gonna bring up.
Gross, yeah.
I'm not gonna bring up
counterpoint
my
to your
exactly. And the thing in a persuasive essay, you have to address the counterpoints, but not make their argument for them.
Yes.
Right? And I will not even address that counterpoint.
Well, so what have you been doing with all this just free roaming energy on Wednesdays that you can't direct at an audience about defending pedophilia?
All right, one, I was not defending pedophilia. I was defending their right to have children.
Okay.
All right.
Promoting pedophilia?
No, because 12-year-olds can have sex with 12-year-olds consensually.
Q, I think we're fixating on the wrong thing here.
I'm just
Thank you.
Sure we're going down the right path here. That's all. Like, what are you promoting over
I was promoting Mulligans on Wednesday nights, but
I was
will-
promoting a dead event.
exactly. But I will no longer promote this dead event. They don't value us, so I won't give them value. Just kidding.
This is
Go
the
to
exact same venue that hosts them on Sunday for stand-up.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna
let's
say.
talk shit about
But you can go there on Sundays at 9 p.m. and we'll welcome you there. But yeah, I think improv style things at Mulligan's doesn't quite last.
Well, Fictional Friends had a run of about like 5 years there.
Well, we had a good 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, comparable, definitely.
It didn't end as bad.
It did not end as bad. I'm sure everybody out there who is in the comic world is aware that Fictional Friends is no longer around because the leader had charges brought against him for aggravated distribution of child pornography. So
Sorry.
aggravated distribution.
Yeah, the phrasing isn't funny.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting.
Q, why are you laughing?
Exactly. I just said it's not funny. I said it. It's not.
I'm gonna leave that one.
Can we take this
I think
serious?
I've dug enough holes already.
The aggravated distribution. Or aggravated.
Distribution.
Okay. To me, in any other context, it sounds like it would be funny. Distributing anything in an aggravated manner.
Hunter, I don't know how it keeps sounding like you're defending pedophilia.
No, I'm talking specifically about a paperboy. That's in my head. He's distributing the news
In an aggravated manner.
and Chuck, if he is doing so in an aggravated manner, that's what I pictured.
Do paperboys still exist?
Yes, but most of them are now driving cars.
Oh, that's fair. What a world we live in.
Yes.
Get out and exercise, America.
Yeah,
Reduce your carbon footprint.
and also give these paperboy jobs back to the boys,
Give-
or girls, or
Very progressive
Or
stance to take.
non-binary. But I'm saying back to the children. Give the job back to the children.
Hunter, get off children.
I'm not on.
God damn
And I need you to know that.
it. Ugh.
I work in high schools. I can't have you doing this to me.
All right, we're going to cut this section.
You guys are framing me in an unhealthy light. I'll say.
But, 500 feet within.
No, I have to be. I'm in the high schools
Oh.
and community colleges.
So, yeah, improvised comedy.
Yeah, improv.
so I actually
Fictional
got-
Friends is no more.
It is no more, but that's where I got my start, and it ended in a very horrible fashion. But before it got to that point, for everyone that went through that troupe, it was open, and like anyone could just show up at 8 p.m., an hour before the show starts, and be a part of the practice,
Right.
and then you could be on stage that night. So it was the fastest way on stage in Grand Rapids, and so I think the concept, like, that was really cool, and it allowed people to get out of their comfort zone and try something new. And I desperately think that something like that should still exist. And
Right.
Comedy Project kind of does
I was
something
gonna
like
say,
that.
Comedy Project on over here on Leonard. Every Monday does a comedy outlet Mondays, and then they have a jam at the end of the show.
That anyone
Correct.
can be a part
Right.
of. Yeah. And so
similar.
that's on Monday nights,
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah.
Monday nights the show starts at 7, but the jam is at like I want to say 8 or 8:30.
Yeah.
Something. I don't think the whole show's quite an hour long. So
It's 55 minutes and pretty quick turnaround.
yeah.
But yeah, and I'd say do that, and if you're looking to get involved in it, and then
Shout out
they
Sean Francis.
shout out Sean Francis for running Comedy Outlet Mondays at the Comedy Project. They do also offer classes if that's something you ever want to get involved with, and it's worth it, dude. I would recommend it for anyone because it kind of bleeds over into other aspects of your life.
Right.
You kind of sharpen your mind to be more aware of situations you're in and
Mhm.
a better listener, because you can only react truthfully to something if you know where the other person is coming from.
Right.
And
If
so-
you're understanding the context, not only in this state, but the context of their life.
Yes.
Basically. And that's really it's something that stand up has helped me in, just in the reactiveness or like having a better reaction time not only for like cognitive things. You could tell how quick that reaction. That was ironic. But not only like your cognitive reaction time, but like even physically talking in front of people and exercising that mentalness.
Today's
That
brought to you by
Roger,
Red Bull.
Red Bull, Riptide, and mentalness.
Oh man.
Get a soundboard over here.
Mentalness.
Exactly.
Exercising that mental muscle.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hunter, you're nailing it.
Yeah, so far. It does help my body react better to other things too.
Sure.
Until I just completely drown it in alcohol.
That's one way to do it.
It will slow your reaction time.
So your day job is public speaking, essentially, correct?
Yes.
So were you doing stand up before that, or
No, okay. Well, my day job is new to me. Like 6-7 months new. Stand up I've been doing for almost 3 years now.
so do you think that kind of sharpening that blade of public speaking on stage kind of helped you transition into this?
What really? I'll start at the beginning
Okay.
because you already gave me
Shout out to Hunter Marcel Miles for
certificate of graduation to Teen Challenge, Western Michigan. Teen
hell
Challenge.
yeah.
That is where my real public speaking chops.
Got it.
would go.
Okay.
I would go out on because Teen Challenge is it's a nonprofit, but also it's a no profit. Like they make no money.
How do you get paid?
Everything is. I don't.
Oh.
I was a student there.
Oh,
you don't
back
get
in the
paid
gotcha,
to get
gotcha,
a
gotcha,
student.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how the people there get paid, it's beyond me because it's completely donation based. And so with that, we had to go out to churches, and I would go to some schools here and there, not as frequent, but every Sunday I was going out to a church somewhere in Michigan or Indiana or something, and I would sing and give my testimony.
Are you a good singer?
Yes.
Damn, he did karaoke last night, and I wasn't able to be there.
I did karaoke last night. It wasn't my best, I'll tell you that, but I'm battling congestion.
Same. Okay. I also do want to point out. Sorry if I sound stuffed up today.
Likewise.
I've got some Afrin in my car, man. I could have grabbed it for you.
I got pills in my car too. Oh, jeez, man.
Okay, so if two people sleep with the same person, then they're Eskimo brothers or sisters, correct?
What are you implying?
Let me get to it.
Okay.
And so if we shared the same bottle of Afrin, which you stick in your nose, and we're like combining mucus
that's more like
membranes.
cave bros.
Cave bros?
Yeah.
Splunking bros? I like that.
Spelunking, bro.
I like that.
Spelunking.
That's a 10-cent word right there.
That's it. Yeah. I'll give it.
I imbibe while
I'll give it
spelunking.
6. I'll give it 6. So we would go sing, and yeah, I can sing decently. Michael Bublé is I know my range.
Mhm.
That's the thing. So I'll kill Bublé. I will not kill Michael Bublé. If you're listening or watching and you want to do a collaboration,
This
Michael,
is the most
hit me up.
controversial podcast I've ever
I know,
been
but
on.
you guys aren't listening. You guys clearly aren't listening. I'm talking about
Excuse me, I just got
not
done
killing.
explaining about how good I am at listening.
Yeah, but you keep painting me in this
Recontextualizing.
You're giving me Kanye West vibes. I don't know. Over here, bro.
You keep painting
It's
me.
like a metaphor you're giving over here. I don't know what's going on. I'm just saying.
But you're just trying to paint me the bad guy. No, can I tell you, speaking of Kanye, I'm going to abandon that thing.
Sure, why not?
Speaking of Kanye, I've gotten told 2 times in the past week that I looked like Pete Davidson. Once at the club, at the comedy club, and once at a high school.
I
So
was
in
about to
both-
say, okay, well,
in
alcohol
both
was a vibe.
areas of my job.
The high school.
You look a little skeety, you know?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Skeet Davidson.
Literally,
I don't see it.
we both have racially ambiguous tone, and that's it. That's the only thing we share besides our body type.
He always struck me as like Long Island Italian. Is that not correct?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
He's got a tint to him.
Q, look that up.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
the-
Q, look that up.
maybe
Open
it's the
another-
mannerisms.
Maybe it's the mannerisms.
Mannerisms.
You mean like he does a little black scent, or
Yeah, or he just hates himself all the time or something
Okay. So it's more of a depressive
Okay.
thing.
So
Or-
you give off a very depressed vibe.
But our depressed vibes match, you see.
Yeah. The energy is like fluctuating on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very low wavelength, but
I don't have. I'm trying to stay
what
in
are they
shot.
like? Beta waves.
Beta waves?
Delta,
I should. Well, so those are real
That's
things, but
when
I
you sleep, you
don't.
sleep.
Fuck.
Alpha, beta, and delta.
I went to school for audio engineering. I should know the answer to this question.
Yeah, dude. I only know it for these are mental brainwaves. That's what I know them as.
You are correct. They do exist. I just don't know what
You-
frequency range.
I
each of
love
them
how
is.
reluctantly you're letting me know
I'll,
that I'm right.
I'll admit when I'm not in the know about something.
But you seem sad about it.
I
You
am.
are right.
I made a mental note to research this as soon as I'm done here.
So, anyways, I would go to different churches every Sunday and sing and give my testimony, just how God has worked in my life. And in turn, they would give us a love offering. So basically, we would tell our sob stories.
Mhm.
They'd pay us money. They'd feed us. We'd go back to the center.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Are
go
you
ahead.
still religious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think as you've gotten older, it's played a larger or a more diminished role in your life?
It had to be larger because I
Gotcha.
wasn't smoking crack in 4th grade, but I was still going to youth group stuff. 'Cause It
Gotcha.
was fun.
I hear you.
But then I had to go to church because I needed it for a while, and that's also like realizing my need for God has in turn strengthened our relationship. That's a day, like just for these high school students. So classrooms would come in.
I was gonna say it would like rotate, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
gotcha.
Classes would come in. It'd be like maybe 60 kids or something. And then like 3 or 4 of us would go up for like probably 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. Not that it was like not that it was supposed to be like the same time as a
Mhm.
stand-up set, but we would go up for 5 to 7 minutes, tell our story, and then the next person would go. And I would always, especially in the schools, but I would always try to relay humor to get some of my stuff across.
I was just about to ask that. Like, as a storyteller, do you still find yourself injecting humor into testimony, even if it's something that's deeply important to you? Okay.
Every time. And I was doing it already just in my normal testimony at the churches. I would still have just random parts of it would be, even if they weren't funny outwardly, it was funny to me.
Have you tried doing that on stage in Grand Rapids?
Yeah, what do you mean?
As
stand-up comedy?
Stand up, but you just give your testimony.
Oh, geez. No, just because one, I don't know how long it would be anymore. But
Gotcha.
But yeah, you do pose a good point. And parts of my testimony I have used on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
I was gonna say because I think
a
my
bit,
favorite.
a bit that I have about wanting to kill myself or like planning on killing
Mhm.
myself was almost like a chunk of it was almost word for word in my testimony
Gotcha.
as well. So yeah, a lot of the stuff. And I talk about my time in rehab on stage. But yeah.
Because I do think that the best stand-ups, it's not really about like set up punchline. I mean, it worked for like Mitch Hedberg or Dimitri Martin, but the greats, it's like they're kind of giving you a narrative.
Right.
It's more storytelling than it is like,
Exactly.
and then emphasizing the absurdity of life in it. You know? Yeah.
And we were also doing for a while at Mulligan's. We were doing storytelling nights too.
Why can't you guys get a crowd on Wednesdays?
Dude, I don't know, and it's because it's a late night show too. But
I mean, we were doing packed shows with fictional friends.
I don't care. Yeah, your show started at 8.
And it'll go till like 11.
Ours starts at 10.
Oh no, it started at 9.
Ours starts at 10.
Okay,
Or
well.
10:30. After now 2 other shows in Grand Rapids. But yeah, and we stopped. Like the people who were running it stopped caring about it, and I don't even run it. I care the most about it.
I hear
It's
you.
sad.
Well, I mean, look at this great avenue you have for people to tell stories now.
Exactly. This podcast.
This podcast.
This podcast.
I do think it's interesting because So I was raised Protestant,
Mhm.
if I'm bringing it back to religion, and I had a deeply disturbing experience at Spring Hill summer camp
Ooh,
between
you
the
know what?
summer of 7th and 8th grade.
Hold on to that thought. This
Okay.
is a great time for a message from our sponsors. This episode of Where Is This Going is brought to you by our sponsors at Riptide Tattoos. Riptide Tattoos is located at 102 Walnut Street, Suite B, over in Holland, Michigan. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And with over 25 years of combined experience between the artists at Riptide Tattoo, there's a versatility of styles, and they're always accepting new appointments. So come on in, schedule your appointment for your custom tattoo. It's a very clean and friendly environment, and you can go ahead and visit their website if you don't have time to stop in at riptidetattoos.com. And yeah, go ahead and tell them Hunter sent you. Now we'll get back to the episode. This episode of Where Is This Going is also brought to you by Off the Grid, house of the vintage and handcrafted and created in secret. You guys know Bruce and Alex from Off the Grid over at 2863 West Shore Drive, apartment 114 here in Holland, between Buffalo Wild Wings and Wild Chef. Alex and Bruce have been on the show a few times. Great dudes, and they have everything you need over there to get exactly that off the grid. Whether it's a new hat, thank you, Bruce, or just a whole new outfit. Bruce is there to curate a new style for you or cater to whatever style you're already set in. And Alex has got it all set up in the glass shop for everything you need from bongs to bowls, and a lot of like custom pieces you won't be able to find anywhere. And there's so much more than that, but you guys can go ahead and stop down there. Tell them I sent you. That's 2863 West Shore Drive, apartment 114, right between Buffalo Wild Wings and Wild Chef. They're open Monday through Sunday now, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then on Sunday, they're open from noon to 5 p.m. So go ahead, check them out. Follow them on Facebook, Off the Grid. That's Off the Grid is spelled GR1 and then two D's on Facebook. Go ahead and visit them online, their website, offthegrid.com. Follow them on Instagram, again, at Off the Grid, but grid is spelled GR1DD. Go ahead, say what up to Alex, Bruce, and Justin. Tell them I sent you. And we're back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What were you saying?
I was talking about my experience with Spring Hill summer camp. So I was raised Protestant, and I went there when I was 13 after having been there the previous 4 summers. And this time,
so you went during the summertime?
Yeah.
We always went as a winter retreat.
Gotcha.
For our churches.
I didn't know they do that.
Oh,
Well-
yeah.
well,
Big
apparently they do.
sledding hill and
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about. But this time, my friend brought along his cousin, who at the age of 13 was an atheist. And I was just like, my reaction at that point in my life was I'd never met someone who wasn't religious. So I was just like, that's weird. You're weird.
yeah.
And cut to about 4 days later, it's nighttime. And the way it works there is that your counselor in your cabin you share with 7 other people has a sister cabin
Right.
that you go out and do all the activities with.
Mhm.
Our sister cabin, some of the kids were bullying this other kid, and they locked him in a closet.
The atheist kid?
No, just
a random
separate,
kid.
separate.
Gotcha.
Just in our sister cabin. Locked him in a closet, and he's screaming, "Please let me out! Like I'm afraid of the dark." And then their counselor comes in, sees what's going on, and says, "Everybody outside now."
Mhm.
So everyone from our cabin and our sister cabin,
Right.
our cabin who had nothing to do with it, was marched outside.
Yeah.
And in pitch black darkness, our counselor starts screaming and gets on his knees and prays to God for forgiveness. Says the devil is among us, just some really fundamental type shit.
Yeah.
And the punishment was the next day. Well, and that was the disturbing part, was how the dark and brimstone and fire he got
Right.
about it and directed it at us, and we're just like, we had nothing to do with this.
Right.
And so the punishment was the next day that everyone in our cabin and everyone in the sister cabin, except the kid that got bullied,
Yeah.
went to the huge water slide they have, and he was the only one that was allowed to go in the water or down the slide. And we had to just sit at the edge of the pool and watch him. And that little fucker had the time of his life. I would be so awkward and
deserved
embarrassed.
it, but
Like,
yeah.
God damn it.
And that's, you know what? I love him for that.
Oh, my
I
God.
love him for being able to enjoy himself. He goes,
In
hey,
spite of all of us.
hey guys, I know this is fucked up. I know it shouldn't be this way.
But it is.
But this is God's plan.
For locking me in the closet.
But this is God's plan.
But
And don't you love it?
so I just get to thinking, like, that was so unfair. And I'm sitting next to the atheistic kid, and I'm just like, tell me about what you think is going on in the world. And it's planted the seed of doubt,
Right.
you know? And so then I start thinking about it more and thinking about it more. And I just realized it wasn't for me. And maybe that was
Right.
like a rebellious, like 13-year-old state of mind. But
But I mean, I also had gone through the same doubt. We were both raised. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
we
you're
were
good.
both raised. I was raised, well, technically Protestant,
Mhm.
but pretty. What's the word? Starts with a P still.
Presbyterian,
No,
Catholic.
I still don't know what Presbyterian is. Pentecostal.
Gotcha.
Pentecostal. Assemblies of God. Sound like a duck.
Wah, wah.
Anyways, you gotta love allergies and the weather change in Michigan.
Happy spring.
But when I was like 15 or 16, I started going through that same
Mm-hmm.
doubt, and not that I had ever taken it super seriously until I was maybe like 13 or 14. So I went the other way.
Sure.
And then came back to a doubtful stage until crack.
Right.
Like until the end of crack, I guess. But,
And I can understand you coming from the perspective of needing like this emotional support beacon to really lean
of
into,
course.
because that's some really dark shit to get hooked on, man.
Right.
And I'm fortunate in that I mean I drink way too much, but like I don't think it's to the point that it's like fucking up my life.
Right. Yeah, I'm on to that point. Your eyes do look a little yellow, though. Have
A
you
little bit.
noticed- have you
Yeah.
told
Well,
them?
they're always like that, but ever since I got LASIK, my eyes are like just perpetually dry.
Ah, okay.
So I think that
okay.
has something to do with it too.
You think you're better than me or something?
Not what I'm saying at all.
All right. I don't know why. I tried joking about jaundice, and then you threw LASIK at me like I couldn't afford it because I got glasses and I'm a broke bitch. Huh?
I guess if you want to choose to perceive it that way.
I'm just wondering what you come into my house.
I was invited, sir. I am a vampire in this situation.
Okay, so you are looking to suck blood.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
So that's when I became an atheist. But as I got older, I realized that's an equally ignorant stance to take. So
Mhm.
I now identify as agnostic. Also,
Right.
I had an experience with a Ouija board. That is the one thing in my life I am unable to explain.
Mm.
And so that leads me to believe that there's something more at play here.
I will never have an experience with a Ouija board.
I wouldn't, at this point, recommend it.
Yes. Not many do.
Our friend Lexi, who is a Gaelic witch,
Our friend Lexi?
my friend Lexi,
Okay.
who is a Gaelic witch,
I thought it was our friend Lexi, and this was just a thing I didn't know about her.
The inside joke in our group of friends is that every time we see Hunter, we go, "Our friend Hunter," and I can't tell if he hates it or not. But
I haven't heard. I haven't heard it in a while.
but she's
Anyways.
a Gaelic witch, and she has spooked me into believing
that?
into not using a Ouija board
Oh.
and avoiding it entirely. And don't ever ask for like a spirit's name. And like, she came over last week, and we were all hanging out, and she's just like, "Oh, Biiko, by the way, I think there's like a demonic presence that's like has its eyes on you." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Just something to say in passing.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go home. I'm tired.
Oh, I think I'm gonna call it a day.
Oh my god! So the rest of the
By the
night, I'm
way.
just like looking around, all paranoid.
Well, I hope she stayed around to at least kind of
Literally came over last night and did a sage burning at my place
There you go.
and provided me with smelling salts, and like I currently have one aging in my room so that a mixture so that I can sprinkle it around my house to ward off presences.
A mixture of smelling salt.
It's a mixture of salt, cloves, garlic, some herb I cannot remember the name of, and black rock salt.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're still friends with
She's protecting me, Q.
Exactly.
this. I don't know.
You know what? That does seem a little manipulative.
Damn it!
That does seem to be like, hey, you got a demonic presence.
You're gonna
trying
need
to
me
get in
around
on
more
ya.
often.
You know?
Fuck, am I getting played right now? Is that what's
Like,
happening?
does she have a steady home?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. I
And
don't
she's,
know.
and she's getting married soon. I mean, like, things are lining up in her personal
People
life.
with the title of Gaelic witch they don't sound that far off from a gypsy.
Oh my
so
god, I might be getting played.
it's all.
Lexi, I love you. You
have you
don't
paid her
need
yet?
to. You don't need to be doing this to me if that's what's going on.
You could just ask to hang out. Like you invited her over.
You're already in the door.
You're
You don't
already-
have to involve the demons.
If you want to hang out, just say that.
Damn it. Ugh.
You don't got to make up.
I
Some
don't know if that makes me
demons
feel
in my
better or
life.
worse, but here we are.
You should feel better about your home, worse about your friendship.
Okay.
But I think both can be remedied.
I got some text messages to send.
Do we have an update?
Oh yeah, super side note. We did figure out.
Perfect.
Well, thank you. And maybe that's because we're both mutts.
Exactly.
I'm also German and Irish
Mm-hmm.
and not Italian, but my middle name's Marcel, so that could go either way, black or Italian.
Good point. Yeah, I don't know which one I would assume in that.
And I'm not Jewish, but my great-great-grandmother did marry a Jew.
So I mean, that's like, did she convert?
No.
Okay, well then I was gonna say I don't know if that like counts. Then
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if it counted either. If she did, even if she had transfused. Was it?
It's definitely transfused. Yeah, she imbibed the transfusion. That's what you do to
Imbibed the
become
transfusion.
Jewish.
Converted. Jeez.
Oh,
I don't
here
know
we are.
why.
The train has arrived at
I'm
the station.
so. I don't know. I need to stop smoking weed. I'll say it. I'm not catching my words as easily as I used to.
My aunt married a Gentile, and she is Jewish, and
Oh.
so, and he did convert. So I think that makes their kids full blood Jew. I don't
Not
know the
full-blooded,
heritage.
But, was it not traditionally Jew or Yeah, basically traditionally Jewish. No.
Pentecostal?
No.
They say
It's
not
not-
to talk about religions like on the first date, and that's kind of like what I'm considering this.
This is our first date.
Well, I'm hoping you'll have me back, but
Well,
we also
you'll
did
be
discuss
back, but-
religion.
So who knows at this point? Why can't I think of? It's not heritage, dude.
Descendancy,
No,
lineage,
I'll figure it out later. Probably
imbibe,
ethnically.
ethnicity.
No, ethnically. So you're ethnically Jewish, or you're
Oh, I see.
you're technically Jewish.
Technically Jewish, of Jewish descent.
Not, but I'm saying like there's a word for it,
What
like
a podcast!
traditional-
Two dudes
I know.
sitting around
Just
talking about shit they're not involved with.
Searching for words. And I hear typing going on over there, and I'm wondering what words Q is finding.
I mean, we're getting. He's over there canceling us on Twitter as we speak.
I found a list of a few things you're not supposed to say.
Oh gosh,
Did you know? Okay. Supposed to discuss on a first date?
tell me. What-
Rape.
Oh well, that's also a good.
Religions. I can't remember what A stands for, so I'm probably bad at first dates. And then the P is politics, and the E is X's.
X's. Okay, so the A has to be what, appetite? Or
Don't be hungry on your first date.
just don't talk about how hungry you are, all right? I don't want to hear about it.
But
Aggression?
it's like damn, that is a very aggressive acronym.
Ancestors?
Don't discuss
Do
where
not
you've come
discuss
from.
your
Exist in the
ancestry.
moment. Be here now.
Exactly. Don't talk about the past. Get out of it. Get out of it. Don't bring up your exes. Don't bring up your ancestors. I don't want to hear shit.
I will say though, I do like discussing exes with people that I'm on
First
dates with.
date, though?
I've done it multiple times, and I've gotten relationships out of them.
Well,
I was just saying that, and the dates have gone well.
right. Yeah, and I can't obviously disagree with your experience,
Mhm.
but to me, it's almost off-putting depending on if it's off-putting, I guess, when you get into specifics.
Sure.
Because if you're just like, I had an ex who blah, 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 but then once we start calling them by name and
Mhm.
really
Getting into it.
getting into it.
Yeah, that
Like-
does show like a level of like being hung up on.
Exactly. So too heavy too soon. That's where I'm like, all right, that's what makes me uneasy.
I wonder. I've kind of done that more as I've gotten older, and maybe it's just because I want to cut through the bullshit immediately and be
Right.
like, here's what happened last time and
Yeah.
why I am no longer
Exactly.
in that situation.
Exactly, and why I have the rules I do now.
Yeah.
All right, Q, let's hear them.
So
Top five, top five,
Top
top five.
five, top five.
R-
Number
A-
5.
RAPE. That's only
you
4.
guys
So.
want to guess for number 5? You guys want to do these?
No, do not. I will not guess.
Fair enough. So looks like
Family back?
Ancestry.
Ancestry.
Holy shit.
Boom,
What?
bop.
Why?
I told you. That's
In
why.
case you're dating a racist and you
Oh.
don't want them to know.
Yeah, just don't speak on it. All right.
What?
I don't have the views of my family.
God.
Or I honestly thought you were gonna say a rapist, just because the word. It's been- Go on.
I would want to know that as well.
I would
up
if
front.
if my no go on.
number 4, religion.
Yeah,
There we
see?
are.
That's the R in rape.
Number 3, politics.
There we are. P.
2, money.
Money, affluence. Maybe that's the A.
Ooh, that could be it.
Doubtful.
Okay, that was the first like amazing word you've pulled out of nowhere.
I have amazing words. I said transfusion.
You just say transfusion.
Word of the cast. Last but not least, your ex.
There we
of
are.
course.
Okay.
I have the best words. All of my words are great.
Okay, give me Bernie Sanders.
I got nothing.
Oh, damn it. I thought this was going to be like a fun bit all of a
No,
sudden.
I do love the Jews, but I can't do their accent. I can do an old Jewish woman's accent
I mean, that's Bernie Sanders.
because she yelled at me at a club once. You can't smoke your cigarettes out here. Oh yeah, you're right. I can almost get into money pretty easy.
Add a little like.
The cigarettes.
Yes!
You got, I don't know if I'm doing Larry David or Bernie. You got to take your cigarettes across the street.
That's a dynamite Bernie.
Thank
Q, back me up on this.
I
Not.
can't speak for this. I honestly can't speak for this.
He's not getting into politics.
Here we are discussing politics on the first date.
All of us. This is our first date.
And I guess we did
As a
discuss
whole.
money earlier in terms of payment for helping with the show.
Yeah, Red Bull.
We've
We've-
hit every corner of
Yeah,
this
and we're
horrible,
we're already
horrible
talking
square.
About, yeah, we've done religion. Oh,
I mean, you want to tell me about your exes, Hunter?
no.
That's a boundary we're not crossing.
Exactly. You
All
can
right.
tell me about your exes though.
No.
So fictional friends is where you started improv, right?
Correct.
And Spring Hill, 13 years old, is where you started atheism.
Correct.
Now, and then you grew to be agnostic, and now all of these collide
hmm
with Tiny Breakfast.
They do.
So, that,
Have I not discussed my improv troupe yet? I am
Nope.
fucking awful at promoting.
I mean,
it's
I should have gotten to it sooner. That's on me, and maybe I'll record
it's a
separate.
joint effort.
I'll record a separate intro that will take me like 25 tries. But I'll give you a better intro to yourself.
Perfect.
Maybe.
Tiny Breakfast is some members of fictional friends didn't like the direction that it was going, and we chose to remove ourselves from that. But we didn't want to give up on doing something that we love
Was that
doing.
before the plane crashed?
That was before the plane crashed. We got out of there about a year and a half before then. Which was really like the golden age of it. But I
By the
digress.
plane crashing, we're talking about 9/11. But go on.
9/11 changed improv comedy forever.
As it should.
As it should. So a few of us were involved with that, and then we left, and Jake Mate reached out to some of his friends he had done improv with in college and high school, and was like, hey, we're trying to form a new group. And so, boom, the 6 of us got together, and, we started off doing, like, small shows. We did, like, backyards. We did clubs where we wouldn't get paid anything, and we've
like
slowly...
stand-ups.
Yeah, exactly, like stand-ups. But we've slowly built up an audience, and we can do, like, full shows at the Comedy Project now, and we're looking to go even higher in the future and maybe set up, like, a tour or something.
Right on. So, how many of you are there?
There are 6 of us in total.
Yeah, I thought so. And how many of them were just friends from...
3 of them were people who hadn't been involved with fictional friends, really, and
Right.
3 of them were.
So, nice, a healthy mix.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Jake, right?
Jake, me, and Salwan were from fictional friends, and then Nina, Evan, and Ezra were friends of Jake's.
Okay, so Jake's kind of at the helm of it?
Yeah,
or-
he was the glue that brought us together, but that has become so entangled and meshed
Nice.
at this point
Very
because we've been together
adhesive.
for 3.5 years. So
Okay, yeah. That was going to be my next question. So, like, a year-ish before the pandemic?
Yeah, and so then we took a year off, and we kind of had to like shake the rust off a little bit when we got back, but
Yeah.
it was very much like riding a bike, and there's a lot of love and encouragement in the group, and so like just we really wanted to be around each other and start doing shows again, and so that energy kind of carried over. I would say our sets are very similar to like Whose Line Is It Anyway? We do a lot of short form improv, but we'll
Nice.
toss in a longer one every now and then.
Of course.
But definitely an energetic show. And if you come, I would hope you're gonna find it really funny.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have literally not had a chance to see you guys, and I'm sorry. There was a discrepancy, you know.
It'd be a good time for that.
Hunter is a father. I understand. He's
No,
he's got things going on, and he's got
I
jobs to do.
Yeah, I have my son next week, so I won't be able to see you guys opening up at Tip Top before the comedy. So
That's
you guys
this
are-
coming Tuesday,
Yes, you guys are going up at 8
March 29. We're gonna be on at 7:30
on at 7:30. Cool.
at Tip Top Deluxe Bar and Grill.
On Butterworth and Straight.
I didn't even
Here
know
in
those
Grand
off the top.
Rapids on the west side.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I know Tip Top very well. And you can stay for Tip Top Tuesdays comedy night hosted by Alex Plotkowski, friend of the pod, fan favorite. Nah, I don't know. But you guys tell me. Comment below. Did you like Alex's episode or do you like this one? Comment, please.
Engage with us,
Engage.
please.
Share.
We're begging you.
Like, subscribe.
Smash that subscribe button.
Don't do that.
Double click on TikTok.
Oh.
Are you involved with TikTok?
Reluctantly.
Reluctantly. I feel like as a stand-up, it's one of the best platforms.
It is.
Because if you have you can take your solid 5 and whittle that down to solid 30 seconds.
Exactly.
And then boom.
And
like,
have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of clips that I haven't. I have like 4 or 5 clips on TikTok right now, and I have a ton that I just haven't edited down, and it's just pure laziness, honestly. But Q might be coming to some shows with me soon to record for me.
Hell yeah.
Which will be cool. He's been talking about a vlog type posting, and I'm hella interested in it. But once again, I've explained how lazy I am.
Do you
so-
think you could just talk at a camera for like 10 minutes?
Yeah, I do it here sometimes.
Would it does it function as like a video diary, or is that like how you test your comedy to like watch
Nah,
it back
man,
and be
that's
like,
gay as hell.
that's gay
No,
as hell.
No, and yes,
Where is this going? Ally to the LGBT community.
an obvious ally.
I have blue hair. I've done enough.
Blue hair. My normal producer's a lesbian, so I think we know.
I have a
we're
black
well
friend,
included.
so,
I have
like-
black friends. Look at him. He's right there. I'm kind of black.
Kind of, definitely are kind of black.
I'm kind of black, so I was gonna say I can't be racist, but I Statistically, I am homophobic.
Yeah, but you can be
Statistically.
racial.
Yeah, I can be racial.
I'm not racist. I'm just very prejudiced in my views against certain ethnicities.
Against certain ethnicities, certain tones hit me a little different. Anyways, you guys know I'm all inclusive. I'm all like a resort. What were we talking about? I lost it.
Tip Top Show.
Oh yeah, wait, something's gay. No, I'm not. I do use.
We're getting fucking canceled, Hunter.
Everyone understands.
Okay.
I say everyone. No one watches this. But
We're gonna have 3 angry viewers out there.
exactly, and guess what? They won't even comment. They're not even that mad.
This is us challenging you to engage with us. We don't think you're gonna do anything, bitch.
Oh jeez. Unless it involves my job, just please don't do that.
Okay, you can bleep that one.
You don't know where I work, huh?
I don't know the name.
You don't either. Shut up. What? Chill
I do know
out.
your phone passcode now. I've seen you open it enough.
Well, I'd hope so. It's 6 digits.
It's 6'9" 3 times.
I do use solo episodes sometimes as like a video or audio diary, whether it's video or audio. But I'm still filtering myself,
Mhm.
and because I hate editing, so I just self-filter as I speak.
I mean, that's probably a good technique to practice, though, because, like, I will say that when I record music, there's always that thought in the back of my mind, like, I can just comp that and post and just be like,
Right.
chop, chop, put it together, and it sounds great. No one's going to notice. But the other aspect is, like, now if I go to perform it live, like, I don't have that muscle memory of trying to do the take a million times.
Right.
So, yeah, definitely, I think just talking without the edits is good for your craft and what
Right.
you're trying to accomplish.
And like doing it so many times, you're realizing you are getting better. Like you're getting closer and closer to having it either the way you want it or the way it should be. Whatever the way I want it. It's an ad read. All right, it gave me so much to say.
Hunter had to do the
25
take 25 times
25
for the
times.
advertisement.
And guess what? I got another one to do. But I'm not gonna.
Sitting here for 30 minutes.
I'm not gonna spend another 45 minutes on 30 seconds of speaking.
He's got it down, though.
But I got it down. You've already heard.
Do you think you could do it
You've already
flawlessly?
heard the word from our sponsor.
Do you think you could do it flawlessly right now?
No, because if I don't, we're gonna edit it out, and I don't want to edit, dude. I told you, I'm not editing.
Full circle. That's what we do here on the pod.
Exactly. We just do it right the first time.
The Bill O'Reilly of podcasts.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. We'll do it live. So Tiny Breakfast has been going on for about 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so self-conscious of my nose right now. I feel like I sound.
You haven't been
All right.
eating that much.
No, not even that. Don't do that. But the sound of me sounding plugged up.
Hunter's so plugged right now.
Ooh, so plugged, baby. Oh, plug me up. Music.
Yeah. I make it.
You what? Go on.
I'd always say that I've always wanted to create music that people haven't heard before. And that's kind of like my driving thought. It's just like, so I do a lot of like genre smashing together.
Yeah.
And recently like 100 Gex has been a really big influence on me. And they're kind of like the biggest name in hyperpop right now.
Hyperpop, I'm completely not familiar with.
All right. So I want to describe it as like, it's usually high tempo, high energy, tons of distortion.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like making fun of pop music.
Okay.
It's taking everything that makes a song pop and just dialing it up to 10.
Gotcha.
So high energy and just like weird song lyrics and but also it's kind of seen like a revival in like the emo spectrum of it.
Right.
Like so there's a lot of teenagers now with the access.
Hyperpop punk.
Hyperpop punk is I think that's actually what it's called.
Hell yeah.
A lot of people these days, it's like they'll get a laptop for school or whatever. GarageBand will be on it. There's a million loops in there, so you can
Exactly.
just start producing by dragging and dropping. And so I think that's why we're kind of seeing an explosion in the amount of music that's available these days.
Just because of the experimentation.
But the access
Yeah,
is
exactly.
there.
The tools and the resources.
And it's
accessible,
so easy.
yeah.
I could teach someone how to make a song in literally 10 minutes.
Well, I don't want to.
Okay. Well, we're not going to do that today. Then.
All right. Just letting you know.
But a willing participant, I could teach very, very
Just
quickly.
Don't try.
So
don't even try
to
teach me.
I'm going to teach him.
No,
The downside to it though is that because we are all just using these loops and samples, that a lot of similar sounding shit is coming out, and so it's like kind of becoming the internet is becoming inundated with
right.
things that are kind of copies of a copy of a copy, and so originality is lacking, which is where my vision comes in. And so I'll use loops and samples, but I try to record like live things for every song that's just like me improvising on top of something. And so I
Like
think,
a Mark Rebier type.
so he's fucking amazing, but I typically don't do things live. I'm much more of a composer and arranger.
Gotcha.
But
The improvising over top was what I was referring to mostly. But.
Gotcha. Yes, that is when I do play live. That's what I tend to do. It's like I'll have something going underneath that I then will jam on top of.
Right.
And I want to say though that it wasn't until recently, about a year ago, when I saw Inside by Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
I had always taken my music so seriously, and like I wanted it to be like dark and say something, and like this is what I'm really feeling. And then I saw that, and something in me as a songwriter was just like, why am I taking this so fucking seriously?
Right.
Like, this is something that I love. That doesn't mean it has to be something that's like melodramatic. And so
you could also, back to Bo's Inside, you could see both sides of that
absolutely
play out completely.
But here he is making a song about Instagram ladies, and then following that up with like, I'm getting old and dying.
Yeah, but the behind the scenes aspect of it also shows you him driving himself crazy over the silly song.
Absolutely.
Which is, it's almost like that was a lot of the criticism, I guess, of Bo himself, was like, is this good for you? Like, is this good for your mental health? Or to be showcasing
Obviously not.
Exactly.
But is it important? I'd say, yeah, to like kind of have that exploration of, because that's something that we all fucking went through with the pandemic. It's just like, do you remember those first months? It was like you were afraid to see your own mother. Like it was.
I would only watch Carol Baskins.
He would only watch Carol Baskins
and just think of my grandmother.
There you go.
I wouldn't even dare call her.
And it just what it's like then to be human, which is a social animal, and then be so isolated. It makes you go fucking crazy.
Right.
And so, anyways, but I saw that, and the fact that he didn't take everything so seriously, but there was a serious aspect to it, but it was a spectrum, and that kind of opened my eyes to what it could be. And the reason that Inside did it, that his other specials didn't, was I finally was listening to his music and being like, holy shit, these songs
because you're
are
not listening
so
for
well
a crowd
produced.
reaction
Yeah.
either. And Inside, I think musically it was different
Absolutely.
than anything he's done.
Absolutely.
Because every other album with his piano sounds just about the same. Just the poppy cadence.
Yeah.
Like the boom 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 boom. Like it's the same every time. Which is no knock on him, but
you got to start somewhere.
Exactly, and I still can't. I can't play the piano. I can't write music.
Hunter, I could teach you how to play piano.
I don't want it. I got enough.
I have
talent.
all these experiences. I just want to share with
Dude,
you.
I got enough talent. I don't need another. Thank you.
Hunter last night told me that pool is probably the thing he is the best at, and we played a 30-minute game of pool where no one was able to sink a damn ball.
We didn't finish the game. All right, no, we did. I think we did.
I don't know. I gave up and started walking around,
Yeah.
like looking at art on walls.
It was much more interesting than our pool.
1000%.
No, I did make 2 balls though. I do recall that. I made 2.
I'm proud
at
of you.
least.
I am proud of you.
At least. You don't got good pool sticks over there at Mulligan's. You know what? I'll trash
It's
you again.
the pool sticks.
I'll trash you again, Mulligan's. Invest in better equipment. Anyways, so you started taking, you took a new perspective to your music.
I did, and I would say my output has increased, like just the efficiency with what I'm doing, just because it's freeing in a sense to not
Yeah.
tie myself to a certain identity and kind of be a chameleon.
Uh-huh.
Like I, I I did just do a song about like it was a sadder song about a breakup, and then after that I did a song where I'm rapping about how bad I am at online dating,
Right.
and I've got that like filter on your voice to make it sound like this,
Yeah.
and that was just so fun to like just bounce between those like two
Right.
aspects.
Yeah, it's got
And
it's
it
a
goes
complete-
hard.
complete
Let me tell you.
juxtaposition
Yeah.
that both of them go hard, or just the online dating.
I'd say that every song right
The-
goes
the-
hard, Hunter.
Let me do it.
I just need an
Let's-
audience. That's
yeah.
really what. Man, I'd be so big if people just gave me a
If
chance.
people just
like-
listen, I'd be blowing up right now. If
Man.
y'all would just listen to me, man.
be doing goldfish commercials on here.
We'd finally have the money.
Goldfish
for the snack
money.
that smiles back. Mine for this podcast, I would love to have a Sattva sponsorship.
A what?
Sattva.
Satva.
Sattva.
That's not a word.
SAATVA.
That you're making things up.
Nope.
What is this?
You can listen to your mom's house. It sounds like an insult.
What phrasing just occurred here? Yo, you can listen to your mom's house.
It's a podcast.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's
You want to know what Satva is? Go to your mom's house
your mom's
and just
house.
put your ear to the door.
and listen to it. That's
You
me.
hear that, headboard?
Yeah, that's a Sattva.
That's Satva right there, son.
Or Helix. I want a mattress sponsorship for some reason.
I would take Casper or MeUndies.
Helix. Yeah, I don't.
Have you ever tried MeUndies?
No,
Okay, well, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how comfortable they are because they're not giving us money. But
I will
if I
tell
were
you,
to,
I do want a IV, liquid IV.
yeah, those are expensive.
Yeah, they're a little expensive. You need a promo
They
code.
work though.
Or
My
for
girlfriend has a
170
Costco
cents.
membership, so we just get them in like packs of like 50 pennies on the dollar.
You were saying about MeUndies?
I'm actually not saying about MeUndies is
Oh,
my
yeah, that's
point
right.
until that check arrives because we're
Yeah.
waiting.
Thank you, MeUndies. We await your wait.
We're not thanking them yet.
1 second. We await your contact. Thank you. What does that timer say down there?
35 minutes.
Cool beans.
35.
We got,
Ready to wrap it
we
up?
got her. So this one you can go back to the tags for. Inside baseball. You can find all of Biiko's music, Biiko Biiko, at Spotify.
Every streaming platform
Yeah, but we have the Spotify logo up there, so
on Spotify.
on Spotify. But also where you can find this podcast and listen to it. You can listen to his music if you're listening to the thing, or are you on YouTube?
My music is. I've got a
His-
couple music
His
videos.
music's on the YouTube. And what can we search on YouTube?
Yeah, you can search Biiko on YouTube. Also, my new band just put out a single, and we are called Chugi.
Chugi.
Mhm.
Like a chuggy. Or
Like
chuggy.
no, like the slur against millennials who
Yes,
think that they're
and,
hip.
You know, it's a new word that I just learned.
Gotcha.
And not 2 months ago, maybe. I still don't get it, but it also sounds.
It's just Gen Z rebelling,
it
man.
just sounds racist.
Racist. It sounds to me like
But
what you
you just-
cough up when you're sick.
That's phlegm.
That's a loogie. Kind of sounds like Chugi.
Okay, but it
I
just.
think I got your
Breakfast will be at Tip Top this coming Tuesday, March 29th, 7:30, over there on Straight in Butterworth. Anything else you'd like to promote?
No, I've been so plugged right now.
Ooh.
Hunter, I want to thank you for inviting me here. I had a great time.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming by.
Absolutely.
And you can go ahead and if you want to see me perform, I can't really tell you the next time I'm performing.
Follow him on Facebook.
But yeah, if you follow my page on Facebook, Hunter Miles Comedy. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @the_Hunter Miles. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube page. Follow us on Spotify. Subscribe on Apple, iHeart, wherever you listen to us. Leave us a review. Tell your friends. It's been a good time. Follow the Instagram of the podcast at Where Is This Going Pod.
Boom.
And our Twitter at Where Is This Go Po. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
It was hard enough to make you stay, at home in the sun another She always wanted Fiji water. Said it's something about the